Do you know the one mistake that can silently destroy your relationship over time? Jordan Peterson revealed the key to avoiding it, and it might not be what you think.
Let's watch and break it down together.
You go into the kitchen and you say something to your wife and she's a bit sharp and you think a wife shouldn't be sharp to her husband. You can reverse that so the husband shouldn't be sharp to the wife. Well, should I say anything? And the answer is probably no. You should just let it go. You shouldn't regard that error as indicative of a sufficient pattern to respond to. So maybe later in the day, you see your wife again, the same thing happens, and you think, okay, that's twice. But you still don't say anything because you think, well, maybe she's hungry or maybe she's tired. We don't really need to have a fight about this because that would be its own problem. And we'll just assume it's only twice. Then it happens 3 times. You think, okay, 3 establishes the pattern. And then you say, hey, I need to talk to you for a minute. I came in here this morning and this is what happened. What's going on? Wouldn't it be easier just to ignore it? And the answer is, yeah, in the short term. But if you ignore 1,000 of those events, then your marriage will be over.
Yes. Paying attention to small signs and patterns is important. And it is true that neglecting the signs can end relationships and marriages. And it all comes down to one thing: open communication. And open communication requires actively listening to your partner, respect for each other, and trust.
So, when your partner is sharp, you can either ignore it and let it go, ask politely why they are this way and what you can do to help them, or start a fight. Of course, the last one is out of discussion, except if this fight is constructive, but this is for another time to discuss. So you have 2 options: to let it go or offer your support. Both can lead to either negative or positive results, depending on what you have agreed as a couple. What do we mean by that? It is important to have a conversation and agree what each of you needs from each other when you feel angry, stressed, frustrated, or any other emotional state that makes you snap. So there is no right or wrong answer, but a personalized one. Ask each other, when you're not feeling well, how can I best support you? Be honest. This way, you will know exactly what to do or say. You will be actually helpful to each other and you will prevent fights.
That's brilliant. I think you said it so well. And it reminds me something from our book that we call Expected and Learned Habitual Behaviors. This simply describes a pattern that we expressed in our relationship many times and we have seen many other couples express too. It is when we see our partner express a certain behavior in some cases, and then when we notice our partner to do the same thing over and over again, we establish a pattern. And this means that we create in our mind an expected behavior from our partner. We expect them to act in a certain way. The problem here is that we create an expectation and the expectation might be false. And because we create an expected behavior from our partner, we think that they will behave in a certain way, we create a learned behavior for ourselves, that it is the behavior we will express as a response, or even better, a reaction to our partner's behavior. And this response and reaction usually is negative. And the problem here is that because we created such a strong expectation by seeing all these patterns from our partner, and we have this strong expectation that our partner will behave always this way, we will express our learned this reactive behavior towards them, whether they behave in the expected way or not. So this creates endless fights and of course never resolves conflict. So overall, try not to have expectations. And certainly don't expect your partner to read your mind. Talk about everything in your life and relationship. When you see signs, patterns, behaviors, or anything else from your partner, talk to each other and always ask what you can do to support them and what they need from you. Do your best to support each other, respect each other, and honor each other's wishes, and you will see that most of your arguments will disappear. Anything else to add?
No, just to say that having your relationship as the #1 priority and open communication will help you so much.
So what is the takeaway here? It's not about avoiding conflict, but know when to address it and how to use it so that you can make your relationship stronger. And if you're wondering how you can handle these small moments that lead to big problems, we've got you covered. Check our next video where we dive deeper into practical steps on how to create a relationship that is inseparable, unshakable, and unstoppable.
So, do you agree with Jordan Peterson and us? Or do you see it differently? Let us know in the comments, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
See you soon.